We're gonna be making this solid granny square blanket. This one I made for my son. It's just a little miniature version. So this one measures at 32 by 32 inches. And the great thing about this one is that it's customizable. You can make it as big or as small as you want. So super easy to adjust. What you'll need: some darning scissors, your crochet hook, 5mm crochet hook, your yarn, of course. I used Cotton by Knit Picks, and this is a DK weight yarn, so just make sure your hook is compatible with your yarn. It does make a difference in the drape of your blanket. You want your darning needle for weaving in your ends, and measuring tape to measure the size of your blanket. I'm going to put a link below to standard crochet measurements. There we go, for blankets. While I clean up my space, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It's a free way to support my channel. Thank you again so much. So the yarn that I'm using is a cotton. It's called cotton, but it's a cotton and linen mix, and it's very heavy. It's very heavy and it's very warm. It's very it's not heavy, but it's weighted. So it's for my son, and he loves it. He loves this blanket. Now if you want, you can have a stitch marker handy, but I didn't use a stitch marker in this for this pattern. The stitches you'll need to know: slip stitch, single crochet, double crochet. That's it. So we're going to start by forming our ring. You want to chain 4, and then you're going to do a slip stitch into the first chain. And there's your ring. You can choose to do a magic ring. This is just how I did my ring. So for round 1, you're going to go ahead and chain 2. This does count as your double crochet, as your first double crochet. Go ahead and do another 2 double crochets. So that would be 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and you're gonna do 1 double crochet, you're gonna do another set of 3 double crochets, and then you're gonna chain 2 and connect to the top stitch of your first true double crochet, which was the chain, your first chain 2 that you created. You're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and you're gonna single crochet through that first chain 2 space closest to you, and do a single crochet, chain 2, and then do a double crochet right back into that space there. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add a double crochet into each stitch, So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then once you reach that first chain 2 space, you're gonna do 2 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, and then you're gonna chain 2, and then we're gonna go back into that chain 2 space, and we're gonna add 2 more double crochets. So you're gonna have 4 double crochets, but 6 stitches all together, right? So you're gonna have 1, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. And then next we're gonna go ahead and work our next 3 stitches along the row with double crochets. And once you reach your next chain 2 space, you're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochet. You're gonna go ahead and do double crochets along that row until you reach your next chain 2 space. Okay, I'm at my next chain 2 space. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 more double crochet, and then we have our last 3 left before we have to connect our row. So we're gonna go ahead and add a double crochet in each stitch. And this one could be a little tricky because that last post is kind of hard to see, and it kind of looks like there's a stitch already in there. Don't fall for it. In every row it gives you that little trick, but it's there. So your post is here, the top of your post is here. You see that stitch there? That's just a stitch from our previous row. You still have to work into this post. So you're gonna go ahead, put a double crochet there. That still makes up your 3rd post. And then we're gonna go ahead and make 2 double crochets, because remember, we already have the first 2 there. And we're gonna chain 2. And then we're gonna go ahead and connect it to the top of our first true double crochet, which is that chain 2 that we did at the beginning of the row. And this is my least favorite part, but you get used to it as you work your blanket or your square. There we go. You're gonna slip stitch. This is always fun. Okay. And you can see your square starting to take form. So you're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and you're gonna go back into that chain 2 space if you get confused because your posts may be spread out a little bit, or for whatever reason. As you can see, mine are spread out here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You count because you know that your posts are separated after the second one. So you got 1, 2, and then there's that chain 2 space there, right? So 1, 2, you go right into the space after you count 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, go right into that space with your single crochet. Right? Chain 2. This counts as your first double crochet. Make another double crochet back in that space, and then continue to double crochet around the along the entire row there. Let's make sure I didn't forget one of my posts, and I did. Almost tricked me. I'm at my first chain 2 space here. I'm gonna do 2 double crochets, chain 2, add 2 more double crochets in that same space, and I'm just gonna keep going. I'm at my next chain 2 space there. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 double crochet, chain 2, add 2 more double crochet, and we're gonna go ahead and double crochet along each space. I'm sorry, in each space here. So I'm going to go ahead and add another 2 double crochets. If I can get this to cooperate, that'll be great. Chain 2, 2 more double crochet. And then do a double crochet in each stitch across until you meet back up with the beginning of your row. Remember to catch that post at the beginning of your row, because you see there are 2, if you count one here, you got that double crochet in the top of that one, and there's 1 here. You always want to do that. Okay, go right into there. If you can, just get it in there with a double crochet. And then you're going to make 2 double crochets in that chain 2 space right there. Connect your row, making a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the first double crochet. Okay, so this is the beginning. Looks a little eccentric right now, but this is the beginning of this. You're gonna do the exact same thing all the way around until you make the desired size of your blanket, or you could leave them this small and sew them together to make a blanket. However you want to do it, it's completely up to you. That's the great thing about granny squares. They're so customizable. I absolutely love them for that. And also another great thing about this blanket is that, yes, I finished it. I clipped off the yarn, weaved in my edges, but if I want to make this bigger as my son grows, I just connect the yarn and start again, and this blanket can grow with him. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video.